Thank you, Radio Man. Whoever that sexy guy was, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a hell of an introduction. We got a new radio voice, it sounds like. No, actually, that's me. I'm not trying to
You forgot
sexy.
me, dude.
Shit, I forgot Sahib. He'll be all right. We'll call him up in a minute. But thank you for coming to Mixed and Misidentified 3. My name's Duante Barnett with SuitMan Productions. I'm your host. This is the What Are You show. Everybody on this show at least once or twice gets the What Are You. And for the one comedian who is passing as one race, people are probably surprised when we're going to tell everybody she's mixed too. But if y'all didn't know, being mixed is weird. Last week I had a lady come up to me and she was like, "Aren't you one of those Samoas?" And I was like, "No, ma'am, I'm not a Girl Scout cookie." And even if I was a cookie, I'd probably be an Oreo. Double stuff, bitch. You know what I mean? I'm heavyweight. Fuck you. And even worse than that, you know, I used to work at Safeway and I had the Samoan lady come in with some plantains, right? And I was being nosy and I was like, "What do you do with those?" She looked at me and was like, "You don't know?" Like I was some bad Polynesian or something. And I was like, "Bitch, I'm not even Polynesian. I'm black." And she's, "Oh, shit, my bad." And went to a different line. Like I had embarrassed her or something. And then Mexicans do the same thing. They come up to me speaking Spanish. And I'm not Hispanic. And I remember the first time I started talking, the lady was like, "You sound like a white guy speaking Spanish." And I was like, "Ma'am, I'm a 60% white guy speaking Spanish. You're right." But we've got a great show for you guys tonight. I think we've got comedians from all over the U.S. And this time we've actually added even more. We've got comedians from all over the world. We've got not just North America this time. Dante got his shit together and found him a French lady to come on here and tell some bad jokes. So we'll see what we get, right? We'll see what we get. And then the funny part to me is she's like, "I'm not just even French." She's like, "I'm French-Iranian." And I was like, "How you go from one of the most terrorist countries to one of the most passive countries? Like, how did your parents meet?" Oh, shit just got real. I mean, the French don't fight. We all know that. They just talk bad. You know what I mean? They talk bad about you. But before we'll get this started, I'm putting my foot in my mouth in all kinds of ways because she's up next. Well, we've got a lovely show for you guys. We got somebody from Paris, France. We've got a comedian from Canada. We've got comics from the East Coast, West Coast, and everything in between. So let's not listen to me too much. I'll have more to say in between. Don't worry, I'll get my words in. Everybody make some noise for your first comedian of the night. I'm excited to see her. We've talked a couple times. We're even on a podcast together. She's got a great sense of humor. Give it up for Anoushka Rava.
Woo! Hi, guys. So, as Dante said, I'm half French and half Iranian. I always have one part hijacking the other. It's terrible. Like, you know, the Iranian in me, she's like, "You should get married, have 6 children, and become a desperate housewife." The French like, but ma chérie, it's okay. You just freeze your eggs and strike. I'm mainly French, right? And I would do anything to do nothing. Yeah. So I looked into working at this Marks and Spencer's. It's a supermarket. Do you guys have that in America, Marks and Spencer's?
Nope.
Well, supermarket. And so they have a policy where everyone can practice their own religion. And I was like, guess what? I am Muslim, Jewish, and Catholic. I'd be on holiday all year long. Yeah, I'd be like, Ramadan, Hanukkah, oh, Christmas. Yeah. I have 3 cards to go to heaven, guys, okay? Like, if the Jewish one doesn't work, I'll try the Muslim one. If the Muslim doesn't work, I'll try the Catholic one. If the Catholic priest is going up there, I'm definitely going, right? Yeah. I'm tired of people, you know, talking about the Catholic guilt. I got all the guilt in the world. You're asking what's the Muslim guilt? Not having kids. Oh, my God. So I just did a fertility test and the doctor says my eggs are excellent. So I'm going to freeze my eggs and make some frittatas. And maybe some kids with the rest. We'll see. Also, I'm going to apply to work for MI6 because it's amazing. With my face, I can infiltrate myself anywhere, except in men's hearts. Yeah, that area is MIA, right? I worked in Ivory Coast and some guy yelled, Whitey, Whitey. And obviously I didn't turn around, right? Because I'm not called Whitey in France. And so he ran up to me. He's like, yo, Whitey, why don't you answer when we talk to you? I was like, oh, I'm the Whitey. Oh my God, this is such a privilege. I'm being called white for the first time in my life. It was insane. So I was like, oh my God. So Black people think I'm white people think I'm Black, but everyone agrees I'm trouble. I just had my first lesbian experience, guys.
Woo!
Yeah. The Tel Aviv airport. Yeah. With the women at customs.
Oh,
yeah. In fairness, I thought it was a guy, when I saw her. And I must say, you guys, best foreplay ever. Mind you, it was kind of weird because no one asked me if I was, carrying a gun when they were trying to hit on me. And it's quite charming because that's what she did. She asked me, are you carrying any guns? Obviously, I said no, but see, she still searched me. So I was like, why do you ask? It sounds like you already took your decision before asking the question, right? It's like if you go to your mom's on a Sunday and that the table is full of food and that she asks you, are you hungry? If I say no, are you going to throw everything you prepared? It doesn't matter what I say. You cook for 200,000 people. Of course, we're going to eat, So then, this customs officer, she takes me in a separate room and she touches me even more. There's one thing that didn't arrive in Israel yet: consent. I never said yes. I mean, I didn't say no either, but I didn't say yes. And then I was thinking, why is it that it's women who touch women? Because, if it's to be less weird, I don't understand the logic because personally, I'm heterosexual. If we want to be logical, for me, it would make more sense if a man touched me, right? It's not at all normal for me to have a woman touching me. It would be even more logical 2 men rather than 1 woman, I started thinking it wasn't really foreplay when I saw she was wearing gloves, right? Unless it was some really weird fetish, Then I really got it when I tried to touch her and she said no. She pushed me away. I thought, maybe you want me to wear gloves, right? That's your little thing. That's your little fetish. Give me the latex. And turns out she wasn't only into my body. She wanted to know about me as well. She's like, are you here for business or pleasure? Well, I was here for business, but now I think it's pleasure, Shoshana. Did you bring any plants or seeds into the country? Well, I think we're planting a seed right now. And then she's like, where was your father born? Shiraz in Iran. And she goes, okay, please follow me. So she took me in a little room and I'm pretty open on a first date, but let's just say anal fisting is a little too much. Where I'm really smart is after seeing how complicated it was to get in Israel, I thought to myself, Anoushka, the best thing to do is lose your passport. That's smart. I love adventure. Seriously, who goes on holidays to have fun and tan? As I always say, if you haven't seen a local prison, you haven't seen the country. I don't know if you've already, if you've already lost your papers, but in Israel, it's worse, especially with my face, okay? Look at me, more Iranian looking, you die, right? So do you think I'll have a good day? I had to get a free pass at the consulate because I lost my passport so to get back to Europe, to England. And so the free pass should be renamed something because it's free pass, but you'll still get touched. Do you have your free pass, but you'll still get touched? I mean, it's crazy. In Israel, they don't know what they want. When I arrive, they don't want me to get in. When I want to leave, they don't want me to leave. What do they want? It looks like my relationship with my ex, okay? You guys, having a French passport with my face and name is as useful as having lube, but no dildo to play with, okay? To be honest, I kind of miss traveling because I miss being touched, okay, at customs. Yeah, right now I can't really get touched. It's kind of complicated. And I was kind of thinking, I want to create this touch advisor trip, you know, like, you know, the TripAdvisor. I want to write touch TripAdvisor, right? So I'll be rating the airports and their security checks. And I'm telling you right now, I think Israel is a pretty good runner-up. Yeah. Also, yeah, so I was born in London, but I don't have the British passport. So I'm Brit-ish. I have to naturalize myself and I have to pass this test, Life in the UK exam. I'm like, I have to learn things that even the British don't know, okay? I already know the French and Persian history. What do they think, that I have unlimited storage space in there? I'm not like iCloud, okay? I can't just pay and add space. I actually have to free up space. So I have to like free up all the bad memories I have with like boyfriends or ex-boyfriends or stuff like that. Free up space. Gosh, I'm still single. And I think at this point, my future husband is in jail, okay? Because I've been everywhere. Tinder, Happy, Bumble, he isn't there. So if you think about it, okay? The only logical place he doesn't have a cell is in a cell, right? So a lawyer in the room anywhere here, can you please get him out? Because I'm looking for a soulmate, not an inmate, okay? I'm going to end up like Notre Dame, old, ruined, but able to make a rich guy donate.
Oh God.
That's been me, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She must not know about a real prison. They got cell phones in prison, young lady. Sorry. Not gonna tell you how they get them in there, or if you want to date the guy that has the cell phone in there. But
I should find this guy because he's probably my soulmate.
Give it up for Anoushka Rava, everybody. Y'all don't know, it's 5 in the fucking morning over there. She stayed up just to do this with us. So thank you again for coming out. Great set. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I didn't think she was French at all. She doesn't have the French accent or anything. She's just angry like a little Iranian woman. I used to work with her. And usually they don't say they're Iranian. Just so you know, she's actually Persian. Yeah, I was about to say, that's what they usually say. I'm Persian. Yeah. I think the one comedian said it's less, it's a whole lot less aggressive when you say that, right? You know, you think of a cat when you hear that. So give it up one more time for Anoushka Rava, you guys. Our next comedian, though, I actually had a chance to watch some of his shit from the other night. He's a funny little fucker, I tell you. For being 25, he might actually be almost an adult now. I think he might be. All the way from New York City. I believe he's, damn it, I don't have the thing in front of you. I do. He's Chinese and Puerto Rican, all the way from New York City. Give it up for our next comic, James Camacho, you guys.
Woo-woo!
Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going?
Woo!
Woo-woo!
Good to be here. I am Chinese and Puerto Rican. I'm Chino Rican, Spasian, whatever you want to call it. It's fucking crazy, man. So my mom is Chinese and my dad is Puerto Rican. And you got to hear how they met, dude. They actually met in college, but my dad was my mom's professor in college. Yeah, so I'm the extra credit guys. You know what I mean? My mom came for an A. She got a D. That's what happened.
Damn.
And my dad got double D's. That's a good semester, right? Good college. That's true, man. It was so crazy because that's a kind of an old joke, but people would literally come up to me after the show and be like, you're just lying. That's not a true story. I'm like, nah, dude, you can look my dad up. He's on ratemyprofessor.com. Do you guys know what this website is?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Me too, buddy. Me too.
Wait, you're a teacher too?
Used to be, yeah.
Oh man, that's fucking creepy, dude. You as a teacher? No, I gotta cancel class. I gotta tell my dick jokes, kids. What, Mr. Barnett? What? But yeah, so if you don't know what Rate My Professor is, it's this website where students, they go online, they make accounts, and they write reviews about their college professors. I checked out this website. They see my dad's reviews. They were terrible. One person literally wrote, Professor Camacho's lazy. He's a slob and he snores in bed. I was like, oh my God, that must be my mom. What an interesting outlet, huh? But yeah, nah, dude. I mean, we all been through it, being mixed race. It's pretty weird. I kind of wish I was full race sometimes, man. It just seems like it'd be easier, right? You got stereotypes to go off of. Like, if you're Irish, you drink. That's what you do, right? If you're Italian, you grow hair on your arms. That's what you do. It's cool. But I'm Chinese and Puerto Rican. I don't know what to do. Do I eat pastels or dumplings? Do I drive slow or drive without a license? I don't know. It's tough. It kind of scares me too. Here's a big fear I have about being mixed race. I'm scared to go to prison because if I go to prison, I got to join a race gang. And I don't know which do I do it with the Chinese gang or the Puerto Rican gang? What do you guys think?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. That's fucked up that everyone assumes the Puerto Ricans are safer. When the Chinese, bro, they're just gonna do taxes. They're not gonna do anything to help you out over there. Yo, I gotta be honest though. I don't even think either side would accept me because I'm mixed, right? Like I'm not pure. Like they wouldn't like. They'd be like, nah. Like the Puerto Ricans be like, yeah, you're too Chinese, can't have you in. Puerto Ricans be like, nah, you're too Chinese, can't have you in. Yeah. That's my biggest fear of prison, guys. Most people are scared of getting raped. I'm scared I'm not going to make any goddamn friends. Isn't that sad? But it's not all bad, man. There's some good things about being mixed race. I'm in show business. I do comedy. They love diversity, so it works out. But sometimes these opportunities are kind of weird, man. Like I did a commercial not too long ago. I totally bombed the audition. I forgot my lines. I pissed my pants. It was horrific. And the casting director literally was, after I did my audition, she's like, you're Chinese and Puerto Rican though? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm happy. She goes, you feel two demographics. Perfect. And I got the part. I was like, oh, well, I'm talented too, right? She's like, shh. And here's the worst part. So I got to the shoot. There was two other actors on this commercial. It was a white person, a black person, and me. So they got one person to represent the Asian and Hispanic demographic.
That's so good.
We get half a person. That's all we deserve, huh? They're like, James, you mispronounce your L's to sound like R's and then roll them at the same time? I was like, you know what? I don't really feel comfortable doing that. They're like, do you want your paycheck? I'm like, hello? Yeah. Now I'm SAG after, guys. Woo! Yeah, man. So this mixed race thing it's pretty much my whole life, dude. I got a mixed race girlfriend too. My girlfriend's mixed race. She's Indian and white, so she doesn't know whether to become a doctor or sue a doctor. But I can't wait to have kids with my girlfriend, dude. Think about it. That kid's gonna be pretty amazing. That kid's gonna be 4 races, man. That kid's gonna have a lot of amazing traits. It's gonna have Chinese work ethic, Puerto Rican pride, Indian leadership, and white privilege. Hell yeah. The kid's going places. I do love my girlfriend though. I lucked out with my girlfriend, man. She's got a great job. She's a neuroscientist at Columbia University.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm not working in the future, guys. She's like, you're a 10, baby. I'm like, oh yeah, you're a 401k, baby. Love you. Dude, I'll never forget our first date when she told me she did neuroscience. So I asked her like what she did at work that day. She goes, oh, I ran some experiments on mouse. I'm like, oh yeah, how'd that go? She goes, well, so what I did was I put a mouse to sleep. I cut open its head. I injected its brain with a virus. And then I installed a glass plate in its brain. And I shined a flashlight on the brain to see what parts of the brain would flash in reaction to the virus.
That's fucked up.
It's our first date, dude. I was like, all right, I better not piss this girl off, huh? I get this girl mad. I'm going to wake up with AIDS and marbles in my goddamn brain. And here's the thing. we've been dating 2 years now. And most people think, obviously, scientist, comedian. She's obviously smart. I'm a dumb. Dude, the careers are actually, they got a lot in common, you know? Like, for example, we got really odd hours. Like, my girlfriend works 15 hours a day. I'm a comedian. I work 15 hours a year. Pretty similar. We got journal, right? We both have journals we write in. She's got a lab journal. She writes all her experiments and formulas, right? And if it gets seen, it can get her published into it can get her admitted to a high publishing journal. It's pretty great. Comedians, what we got? We got joke books. I got a joke book. I write my jokes in them, you know? If it gets seen, I can get admitted to an insane asylum. Pretty similar. Here, I think this is the biggest similarity that kind of keeps us together. We both have a lot of failure in both of our jobs. So she's a scientist, right? She has these hypotheses. She tests them with experiments. A lot of times they don't work out. Comedians, we do the same thing. We write jokes. We test them on stage. A lot of times they eat shit. You know, there's a lot of failure. But here's the biggest difference. My girlfriend's experiments take like 6 months to a year. Then she'll find out if it doesn't work. Comedians, well, no, like I wrote one of these jokes I told this set 2 minutes ago. I was taking a shit before the show. I'm doing it right now. I'm going to figure out if it works or not. I get immediate feedback. Isn't that great? I can't imagine if I wrote a joke for 6 months to a year and then I did it on stage and no one laughed. I'd be fucking devastated. I would start crying on stage. I would have straws with little darts in them. I would just shoot them in the crowd's neck. And she can't just do an experiment whenever she wants. Like comedians, we can just wake up, go to an open mic, do a show. She's got to get funding just to do an experiment. She's got to get in front of a group of scientists, right? And beg them for money. She's got to be like, listen, I have this idea for an experiment. I think it's going to prove significant results. Can I get $5,000? And they just poke holes at everything she says. I think that's stupid. What about this? Blah, 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 blah. Comedians, we don't have to do that. I don't have to get in front of a bunch of other comedians. Be like, listen, I had this idea for a dick joke. I think it's going to prove significant laughs. Can I get $5,000? They're like, fuck you, dude. No. Give me some drink tickets. How about that? Is that good enough? Yes. I'll take the drink tickets. I don't know why I just became Stewie from Family Guy there. All right, I got to wrap this up. I got a show in April, so I got to get going. I do like this job. I do love doing comedy. I do it full time. It's pretty good. I make $30 a year. It's pretty nice. Pretty good stuff. No, usually I get a big laugh. I guess that hit too close to home. I will say this about stand-up though. I love doing stand-up, but I don't like telling people I do stand-up because a lot of people's reactions are very weird. I told someone the other day, this guy found out I did comedy. He was like, "You do stand-up comedy? Wow, you're so brave." I'm like, "This isn't brave. This is sad." You know what's really brave? Leaving up an Instagram post that has 0 likes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a coward. All right, guys, I'm James Camacho. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys live soon. Happies, we got to stick together, man.
He said halfies. I like mixies better. Halfies are what I take when I'm just kind of want to get fucked up. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
total different story. Somebody said, "Oh, Jesus." Tara knows you take half a Percocet or you take half your antidepressant, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No,
Oh,
sorry.
no, you got to take the full antidepressant. You don't fuck around with that.
I'm talking about that's when you've already taken your regular dose. You take extra. Shit, she's like,
Don't
no,
fuck
just
around with
double
that
down.
either, man.
Damn.
You will fry your amygdala. Do we need to talk science?
Uh-oh, we're getting there. Give it up one more time for James Camacho. I like it. It reminds me of Kevin Federline. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to get her pregnant and divorce her and take half her money, right? Like, he's just fucking up this girl's whole future. He must be black. I'm pretty sure he's black somewhere. No, I'm just fucking with it. Are you guys having a good time? Make some noise. Make some noise.
Yeah.
I think the best part about this show is everyone on this show can identify with everybody else's jokes. Even this next
I love
comedian,
it.
we all think she's black. She's just a Puerto Rican girl with a good tan. So we know how it is. We know how it is. That and she's in Texas. If she tells them that she's Puerto Rican, she's gonna be like, "So you're Mexican, huh? We gotta get you past the border." So we know how that works. That's why she says Puerto Rican. She's probably Mexican. Let's get it right. Now give it up for Sharita, all the way out of El Paso, Texas. She's Cherokee-Seminole and Puerto Rican. Give it up for Sharita, you guys.
Yeah.
Oseo Dionisi. Exactly. See, nobody speaks Chinese.
right? So I have to prove myself a little bit. That little bit of phrase. Do you know how long it took me to learn that Cherokee phrase? Only the better part of 16 years. Okay. The rest of it, it's like a really hard syllabus. And then to add insult to injury, they're like, oh, you just pretend you're speaking Chinese.
Ooh.
What? Cherokee and Chinese? So I'm just like, I'm so mixed that when I go into the Korean grocery stores, they hit me with the, oh, 안녕하세요. And I'm just like, I'm not Asian. They're like, but your eyes. No, I'm Cherokee. Cherokee. And then now that we had to wear masks, like, so when you see it, you're just like, oh yeah, you do look Asian, bitch. What? So I'm like, I'll be that. And then the bad part is I was lighter than this. Okay. I used to be high yellow. I used to be lighter than Duante.
You
right?
son of a bitch.
Right? And then they really didn't know what I was. All right. So I'm walking around with green eyes and they were like, what are you? And when you're 16 years old, you're going through high school puberty, you don't know how to answer that. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm American. They're like, no, you're not. You're infiltrating. Infiltrating. It's high school. How do you infiltrate high school? Like, what? So I found out what I was through English class. We had to do a family tree. So that's when I found out the Cherokee and the Seminole, and I was like, all right, cool. But where'd the Puerto Rican come in? And everybody gets real quiet at family gatherings. So apparently I'm the love child that nobody wants to talk about. I know, right? It's the 70s, guys. Everybody was fucking. They just don't fucking the person that they were married to. So my mom's a groupie. Shout out to groupies. She's not listening. Y'all can laugh. She's not here. She doesn't support my mom. She's not gonna find out. So, and then I'm like, okay, cool. So I made it my mission. I was like, all right, let me learn these languages because when I start having kids, I want to pass down the heritage, you know? I want to pass down the Cherokee. I want to pass down the Spanish. Oh, if I didn't speak Spanish, I do speak Spanish horribly because Puerto Rican Spanish, we roll our tongues on everything. And the Mexicans always say, you don't have to roll your tongue on everything, mija. I'm like, we don't say mija, we say nena, right? But you get around the wrong person, that nena becomes a different N-word. So this depends on where you're hanging out, what barrio you in, you know? So I messed up. I did marry a Mexican, you know. I thought he was Puerto Rican, okay? It wasn't my fault. He had the hair gel. So I was like, oh, snap, he kind of cute, right? And then I met his family. Y'all Mexican moms, I don't understand. Oh, you're not welcome in this family. Like, you just mad that your son like seasoned on everything besides food? Stop it. Right? So when we started having kids, oh, it was a fight because my firstborn came out a boy. His name is Benicio, named properly after Benicio del Toro, right? The famous actor, Puerto Rican. Because the goal was to name all the kids after every race, you know, put it in there. They already have the Gonzalez. So you can imagine everywhere I go with the last name of Gonzalez, they're all like, where'd you get that name? And I'm like, Cracker Jack's box. We have a running joke in the military. It's like, oh, how'd you get promoted? Did you know, they just handing out rank? Yeah, and I just picked out whatever name I wanted just for Army purposes. Nobody's ever asked me, but my maiden name is Brown. So that's where you could tell the Black part comes in, right? Joke daddy looked up like, Brown. That's my maiden name. I don't go telling everybody that because it's like no fun. Right? It's not, I always wanted a real Native American name like Chief Running Bear, you know, Chief Sucks a Lot of Dick, something cool. But nope, I didn't get that. I got Brown. So now my son goes around, he's starting to date, he's 17 years old. This fucker, he over there going to tell the girls, my name is Benicio del Toro Gonzalez. And I'm like, baby, you're not related to him. I don't think you should go around telling people that. He was like, why not? You're a famous comedian. I'm gonna ride your coattails. no, don't do that. Because if I get sued, I'm taking out of your allowance. And then my son does not look anything like me. I'm the nanny, apparently. None of my children look like me. You cannot tell we're related. And that's perfect when they go out in public and they embarrass me. I could probably walk away and leave them in the grocery store. I'll wait for them in the car. I won't totally leave, but I'll wait for them in the car, right? So my son, now that he's 17 and he's figuring his life out, he goes around telling everybody, I'm Black and I'm proud. And I was like, baby, have you looked in the mirror? Do you not know your name? You're kind of gonna throw people way off, because cultural appropriation is real. And he was like, well, why can't I be Black? I was like, it's not that. It's you're gonna give up one race when you're like a big bunch of races. He was like, well, you do it. Different times. It was different times, right? When I sit there and I tell people, it depends on what room I'm in, right? Because I have to figure out. Yes, you have to. I'm in El Paso, Texas. Everybody speaks Spanish. So I got to come with the, mira papi, what's up? ¿Cómo estás? I got to fit in, Because I see they building walls though. So now I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I'm over here, homie. That's when you got to learn how to flip that script. I was like, oh, y'all building walls. And now my real patience is being tested because am I going to be like, I have to pledge allegiance somewhere, right? So then I thought about it. I was like, they built this wall and some of my kids over there. Do I just make some more? Oh, yeah, I don't like leaving the kids there. I ain't putting them in the cages and shit. I'll still send money. I don't care. Their dad's not. So, and then it's really bad because their dad, like I said, is Mexican. He's the only one that dates the Black girls. So imagine his surprise when he found out I don't listen to rap music. I don't twerk. I don't have a badunkadunk, as they call it. I don't. There's a lot of things I did not get. So, but I got the good hair. Okay, this one is a ponytail, but underneath I do have good hair. Okay. The problem is, guys, if you try to go ahead and do you try to run your fingers through that, it's gonna get stuck. It's gonna get stuck. So if you right-handed, use your left hand, and we're good. And then I had one guy ask me, he was like, so the hair down there, is it curly? I was like, oh, I don't have vagina hair, baby. I shave that shit out. It's smooth. But my leg hair is prickly. That's not my fault. Not my fault. Genetically, it's not my fault. So I'm the typical mixed race baby. I'm only 5 feet. So I didn't get none of the features. I'm like, I'm just like the leftover shit that just was like, man, surprised you're here. Right? And the worst part about being mixed, my mom wanted to get me a nose job for my 18th birthday. She's like, your nose is growing faster than your face. It's there. And all my life I've been told I was adopted. So I was excited. I was like, oh, I'm adopted. I was happy. Then I met my dad and I was like, oh. Folks, I'm not adopted. That's it. I'm not adopted. I'm not happy. Right. I was hoping that it'd be like a tall 6'3" white guy with money. No, I met the 5'7" chunky guy. I'm like, ooh, baby, you got And then with a straight face, when I finally met my dad, I'm 43. I met my dad at the age of 35 because he found me on Facebook. Facebook a lot. So he gonna ask me with a straight face, talk about, so you got diabetes? You can't give me nothing. Like, if I want to inherit, I can't inherit no money. He's like, oh, that's the last thing. I don't have that. So if you trying to get them 18 years of back child pay, I don't have that. I said, so you just got diabetes and like a low credit score? That's it? Fuck my life. And then I took my kids to a powwow. I already knew that I was going to be accepted by the native tribe. We went to a powwow and they stared at us like we was lost. They were like, why are you guys here? You guys just hanging out? I was like, no, bitch, I'm Cherokee, I'm Seminole, I'm mixed. They were just like, oh, or your mom's side or your dad's side. And I was like, what does that mean? Oh, well, never mind. Because I was like, I thought I had to say you guys, fuck it.
I mean, you
No.
could have finished. That
Well,
wasn't
you
gonna
threw
be
light,
too
light,
bad.
light, light, light. And you said you threw the light.
That means wrap it up, which obviously
Oh.
your daddy didn't do, or whoever the little child you is. You ain't good at wrapping it up. That's what he gave you. No good wrapping it up skills. It's funny
You're
as
right. I
hell.
didn't wrap it up. I got 4 babies.
Shit, damn. We better not get together. We got more in the Brady Bunch. We got 9 between us. That's fucked up. Hey, give it up one more time for Sharita out of El Paso, you guys. She started speaking Asian. I was, oh yeah, she is Asian. Oh shit, you ain't lying. And then like she was like 5 foot. That's not a black woman. We don't make pygmies. She's definitely not black. That's that Asian kicking in. Yeah, she might be the shortest fucker on the show, and she's the darkest here. I'm mad as hell. Like she really went after the light skinned nigga. I'm like, fuck you. All right. Got a bald head horse running around Puerto Rico because of your ass. No, I'm just fucking with you. Give it up one more time for Sharita. She gonna kick my ass if I ever meet her. I know it. It's all right. I'm tough. I can take it. This next comedian, I've actually met him in real life. I met a lot of you guys in real life, but I've actually hung out with him. He's kind of a packy. I don't know if you guys know what a packy is, but he's gonna throw you for a loop. He's mixed with all kinds of stuff. His accent throws me off. He was made for this show. I'm just gonna put it to you that way. Our next comedian, Sahib Rana, all the way out of Vancouver, BC. He's, if I remember correctly, he's Kenyan, Australian, and East Indian, right? Give it up one time for Sahib, everybody.
It's Wagwan Rastaman now. Hear me now. So rude boy now on the track. Man, got one thing to say now. Not my real accent. But I'm Jamaican inside, man. You know how hard it is waking up every day in the wrong body? I'm trans Jamaican, man. And I do the most Jamaican stuff. I play cricket. I smoke weed. I have kids I don't know about. Like, I know the world's not ready for, transracial peoples just yet, So, but look, I'm brushing up on learning my part twice, your bomba clock, learning about Jamaican culture and history. But I found out some things about Jamaicans I wanted to share with everyone, right? So it's like, do you know who showed Jamaicans how to smoke weed? Indian people. Jamaicans rave about their goat curry. Showed them how to make goat curry. Indian people. So it comes to a conclusion, fuck Jamaicans or bomber clats, appropriating our Indian culture. Gee, and it's not even, copy that, yeah. Yeah, buddy, yeah. And it's not even just Jamaicans, man. White people have been doing this for time. When white people do yoga, it's cool. When we do it, sexual harassment. Big didn't know what he was doing, all right? He was just trying to get him in the right position, all right? We've been having turmeric milk for thousands of years for medicinal reasons. Starbucks releases a whole new invention. Fuck you, Starbucks. You serious? And then we do Mendi or henna for years on for weddings, parties, all this shit. Coachella does it one time. Now it's cool. Get fucked, white people. Jesus Christ. If you haven't figured it out already, I fucking hate white people, all right? All right, I've got my reasons. Mostly jealousy, everything. Colonization, slavery, pumpkin spice. Right? Fuck, I wish I didn't forget my jokes now. It's all right, no. But no, honestly, when, white people went on their 400 year, the 400 years ago world traveled and adventures, they stole all of our shit, brought it back to their capital, chucked it in a museum, and then they charge us to see our own shit, man. You know how much that hurts? And the balls to do that, man. So white people stole the Kohinoor diamond from India, right? And then the Indian government's like, we want it back, bastard. Give it back now. And the British government, you can see it for £10.50 at the Crown stores. How much does that hurt, man? Fucking white people, dude. But all right, I'll tell you the worst thing about white pearly bloods. They can tell the difference between a Labrador and a golden retriever like this. instantly like, whoa, you look at the way the dog smiles, you just know it's a golden retriever. But you can't tell the difference between me and Osama bin Laden. He's only my uncle, all right? Jesus. All right, but I'll tell you a bit about myself, all right? White people, you're all right, white people, you're not that bad. But I'll tell you a bit about myself. I was actually born in West London to African-Indian parents. And I moved to Africa when I was 6 months old. And I moved back to the UK, then moved to Australia. So I'm pretty fucking confused on what I am. And with that upbringing, my accent's really messed up. It's not too English. It's not too Australian. There's a bit of a hybrid. So whenever I'm in England, they call me Australian. Whenever I'm in Australia, they tell me to fuck off back to my own country, you curry muncher. And it's always like white people as well. It's like, fuck off, mate. I'm like, you know, there were people here before. He's like, no, there wasn't. We killed them all. But it's like they were still here, you degenerate. And it always hit me with this shit. It always go, we grew here, you flew here. Valid statement because it's true. And I had nothing I could really say to that until I was like 18. This guy goes, oi, curry muncher. We grew here, you flew here. Oh, yeah. And I said, well, we came in chains and not in planes, motherfucker. You know the history about Australia. Fantastic joke. You know, you research it and then come back and be like, that brown dude was fucking right. But he's intelligent. But Jesus. But anyways, I fucked my missus told me I fucked the joke up, but it's all right. With no one, it's fine. We'll move on. It's okay. I thought I did too. It's okay. We'll move forward. But you know, living in North America now, it's weird. Like, I spent some time with black people, and I never understood why black people say the N-word to each other. Because like when I was growing up in the UK, they called us Packies. You don't see me and my boys making rap videos like Packies in Paris. You know, we ain't going ma packy, ma packy, ma packy, ma packy, ma packy, ma packy. Just doesn't have the same effect. You know what I mean? It sounds like shit. Jesus Christ. But anyways, it's cool, man. So it's like, you know, you white boys, I forgot the rest of my set, so I'm just going to talk shit now, so it's fine. Yeah, this is what I find. It's like white people went to the Capitol building, no dramas, right? You know, it's walked in, you know, pushed a couple of police officers over, as a fence over, you know. But if it was me and my boys, we would have been killed, brought back to life, killed again, brought back one more time, and then finally killed at the airport before we boarded the plane to DC. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't get nowhere near that building. Use some work. That's fine. That's fine. I'll go back to some other material now. It's okay. I got the vibe. All right. How much time have I got? How much time have I got, Duante? Because I forgot my jokes.
It's okay, buddy. I think we got enough out of you. Your 7 was good enough. It's all right. Like, no woman wants limp dick. You already came. It's not like she wants to try to stick that thing and shove it back in. I mean, you've already climaxed, buddy. We're good. Give it up for Sahib Rana, everybody. Give it up for Sahib. You know you're fucking up when your old lady's like, you didn't write that joke right. You didn't say it right. That also means she loves you, though, because she's been listening. And she's like, you could have done that better. She cares. She just cares. That's a woman's way of caring. But he's got white privilege. Don't let him get you wrong. He tells everybody he's Australian and really he's Kenyan and Indian. So it's okay. It's all right. Give it up one more time for Sahib Rana. I always love him trashing on white folks. I'm not the only white person, or I should say the only person that hates on whiteys, right? Thank you, buddy. My Canadian brother. This next person up, though, they said they were mixed, right? And then I thought about it, and I was like, aren't Malta and Sicily damn near like the same thing? Like, how are you? That's like saying you're mixed because you're Cuban and Haitian. It's the same fucking island. But anyways, you know, Polynesians say they're different races, and we already argued with Miss DeLaGhetto that Filipinos and Indonesians are different things. So we'll get there later. This next comedian, I can't wait to see what she does. She's white and other white. I love it how Italians say they're not white. She's still white. Give it up for Sarah Kharri, everybody.
not sure if one thing or everything about my outward appearance was the first indication to you guys I was also a lesbian, but my overall reluctance to put this microphone anywhere too close to my face. Second one. I'm the kind of gay that eats its popsicles with a knife and fork, you know, just to be safe. And if that didn't sell you on my demographic, then the way I eat an ice cream sandwich will definitely clear that up for you.
Oh god.
If you didn't get that joke, it's fine. I just recommend going down on your girlfriend more, if not then for the education. In my defense, though, if they didn't want us to eat them vertical with our tongue, they should have given us more cookie. And the fact I was set up to fail by nature because I'm gay as fuck. I have really sensitive front teeth. Like, they try to say that gay people are like degenerates and freaks in nature, but like, what kind of monster can bite ice cream? You know, I just eat pussy. I'm not out here like biting through ice cream with my front teeth like a stage 12 psychopath. Want to talk about unnatural? Let's talk about the lack of sensation in your front teeth, sir. I don't know what you guys have been doing for the majority of COVID, but for me, I've been doing lots of marijuana stuff, lots of fun-filled weed activities. You ever tried to dab or heard of what a dab is?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Wild.
it's basically like a $75 panic attack in my. For those of you guys that don't know what a dab is basically like a hyper concentrated wax form of marijuana. It ranges anywhere from 55 to fuck 3 days of your life percent THC. You can pick up dab concentrates really at any medical marijuana dispensary if you want to cure your life of a pesky symptom called productivity. It'll clear that right up. Like, have you ever been so high that you felt your heartbeat in your face?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot like what taking a dab is like. Like, you basically take one bowl and your brain goes from like a fully functioning computer to like this screensaver that just idles for 8 hours to keep it from freezing. Like, I spent like an entire day staring at the same blank wall. Like, why am I standing in the shower? It's still Tuesday. Why does my face feel like my vagina felt when I watched the girl on girl scene from the movie Wild Things? I haven't been this wet, throbbing, and confused since fucking theater camp. Like, I don't recommend dabbing. Yeah, so the reason that I'm on this show is like, I'm one of those people that's so mixed that they can't really claim anything because of a rule that I have. And that rule to avoid being a problematic white person is if you're not like at least 25% of something, you don't get to identify with it. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm 3% Navajo. That's not my life experience. But the reason that's problematic is like, you know how like on 23andMe where they put like a dot on the map from everywhere they can trace your genetics back to? Mine is kind of a Jackson Pollock painting of like all of the Middle East and all of the Mediterranean. So I can't really narrow it down to two things. The other issue that I have with my identity is the fact that I'm what's called Maltese, and Duante is the only other person on planet Earth that knows what the fuck that is. Case in point, I tried to do a little bit more research on my own people because there's like not a lot of historical movements and stuff that would otherwise educate people. And Google search results actually returns the dog before the country of Malta. Which is nothing against the dog. It's adorable. I can see why it's a very popular search term, but how could I hold my friends accountable when Google doesn't know what the fuck Malta is, you know? Fair. Another weird thing that I get a lot, being kind of racially ambiguous, is that people that are extremely white have like really weird ways of asking you if you're completely white. One of the things that people do a lot is will tell me that, oh, you're very exotic looking, which I always felt was kind of like a dog whistle way. What are you? You know, tell us. And I always thought that was funny because, like, to your point, like I'm Sicilian and Maltese mostly, which is basically two kinds of spicy white. Like, I'm exotic in the way that Budweiser's exotic. like Bootzweiser. It sounds German, but they brew and can that shit in Wisconsin. Like, pretty sure it's so not exotic. It's the official sponsor of domestic violence. My other rule is that if you can find it at a gas station in the Midwest, it's also not exotic and you don't get to claim it. I got back on dating apps recently because there's like nothing else to do during the lockdown. I'm from a really, really small town. And so I live in San Francisco now. I thought that just kind of based on sheer numbers that swiping in San Francisco would be a lot better. I'm from one of those towns that's like so small that the only other lesbian within like 100-mile radius is like that first PE teacher we all had that kind of cut his hair. Like, you guys know the one. We all have that one. So I thought that moving to San Francisco would be like kind of the land of milk and honey compared to what I'm used to. But instead of the land of milk and honey, I feel like I got onto what feels like more of a Noah's Ark of each kind of married couple that I don't want to fuck. All I ever match with are couples that are looking for a second girl in a threesome, which don't even get me started on the level of problematic you have to be unicorn hunting during a pandemic. But second of all, like, you don't even want to fuck your boyfriend, Katie. It's what brought you to that. Don't bring me into this. Trying to find myself a girlfriend, not somebody else's boyfriend, an anniversary present. I work in tech, Katie. I know what delegation looks like. I don't want to break this project up across the team. I know it's a great way of getting involuntarily backed into all the shit nobody else wants to take ownership of. I've seen it before. The concept of having a threesome involving a man when you're a lesbian is a lot like the concept of an airplane ride involving a fucking baby when you're anybody.
Oh.
Just know that nobody wants you here except for the person that brought you, and for everyone else, you're kind of killing the vibe. Also been doing a lot of reading during lockdown. I was reading an article the other day. It was a listicle because I'm intellectual. The listicle was a list of actually the 10 youngest self-made billionaires, which I don't have time to go into why that's problematic in itself, but I do have time to go into why it's a problem that Kylie Jenner was number 1 on that list. Like, not to undermine her unique struggle or anything, but I feel like it's kind of cheating to call yourself a self-made billionaire when you're like born into a family of billionaires. Like, what you have to do to accomplish that unique goal? Like, not die? Hey, you're like really, really rich. Just, don't fuck that up. Like, I feel like you don't really get to claim being self-made billionaire. The other issue I have with that is like, an entire family can even be that rich because only one member of that family gave the laziest blowjob ever. Like, and I know you're probably thinking like, oh, that's uncomfortable. Like, did this girl really just come in here, introduce herself as a lesbian, and then take like a hard left into giving blowjob advice? Which, that's your point, I get it. Also, the best coaches don't play.
Oh, fuck.
Look at Bill Belichick. He's never played professional football. He's got 6 Super Bowl rings. I don't necessarily have to give a blowjob to know poor form when I see it. I don't play guitar either, but I know that Kirk Hammett's a better guitar player than Kurt Cobain from the other side of the street. I've just got an eye for talent. And if I were to give that blowjob a grade, I would probably give it a C. Which is ironic because I think that I stretched further as an evaluator to find reasons to give that blowjob a passing grade of a C than Kim Kardashian stretched for the entirety of the blowjob. That's boring. I got 1 minute. All right. I'll tell a story about what happened right before things got locked down and we were allowed to go to dinner. I was out in one of these little parklet dinner areas. I had met up with a girl. She had left and I was just finishing my last beer and getting ready to leave. And as I'm kind of getting ready to leave, I see this guy come into the bar and I don't know if it was the flip-flops and socks or if it was the lack of gel in his hair that said that he had a really bad day, but like I feel like wearing basketball shorts to the bar, like I had to kind of help the guy out. And I saw him kind of doing one of these, looking around like he lost something. And I saw that he had asked around for his cell phone charger and nobody was helping him out. So I, asked him, hey, do you want to like use my cell phone charger? I'm just getting ready to get out of here. And I didn't know he was English until he said something back to me and was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I was like, it's been a bit of a day. And, I only need like 5 minutes so I can call an Uber. And I was like, okay, fine. You can charge this for 5 minutes and I'll just finish this beer. And that 5 minutes turned into like 25 minutes really quickly. And then I looked and it looked like he was using his phone to actually call more of his friends with my phone and my charger. And I had this little corner of this outside bar and his friends were kind of like crowding me out of my space. And this 5 minutes turned into 45 minutes. And I'm starting to get a little irritated, having to shove my way back into my space to reclaim my charger. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. Did this guy just colonize my cell phone charger? It's like, that was mine. And so is this space. And like, God damn it, the English are good. That was my time. My name's Sarah Carey. And thank you for the time.
Give it up for Sarah Carey, everybody. I was like, she's all cute and shit. She's like, do you guys know what dabs are? Bitch, we're in Seattle. We created dabs. It's the meth of weed habits. I hate dabs. Like first time you see somebody.
Accent, by the way, very British accent. I live in London. Like, good accent.
But it's funny because like the first time I ever saw somebody do a dab, I was like, I don't do real drugs. Because the dude took out a torch, just yeah, man, I'm only half white, man. I'm not going there. Like, this isn't Breaking Bad. We just smoke weed around here, bro. We just. This next guy, though, he's been smoking weed with me for over 30 years almost, give or take, maybe 25. I don't want to tell how old we are or that we were that delinquent either. Not only that, but I've known him forever. I was on his podcast a couple of weeks ago. Great up-and-coming comedian. He said he's going to be the face in Hispanic comedy. I'm challenging him to that. So I'm waiting for him to do his all-Hispanic show. Put it out there. Maybe he has to do it now. Everybody's seen this. Haha. Gotcha, bitch. Give it up for my local friend, Mexican and Filipino out of Seattle, Washington. Even went to the same high school, played on the same football team. What? Give it up for my buddy, Joseph Gomez.
Órale, ¿qué pasó, amigos? ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
Woo!
I don't actually talk like that at all. I know y'all were expecting that, and I'm sorry. I got to address a couple things. First of all, Billy, is your mic on? Can you hear this? What is going on with Billy's camera? It's like we're watching surveillance video. Like, what is happening for a minute?
The show tonight while we're shooting this show.
Like, for a minute, I was like, Billy turned black. Like, I mean, like I know Billy's shoe game would constitute him instant black cred, but I was really confused for a minute there, Billy. Jesus. Black out your screen, bro. Oh, I need everybody to do me a favor. If you're muted, go ahead and unmute yourself. I saw a couple names in the audience that might be related to me. I want to hear y'all laugh. So, I mean, or I want to hear silence from y'all, whatever. We'll see what happens. So if you're muted right now, go ahead and unmute yourself. It's fine. I like the noise. All right. What else did I need to address? Sahib. Did I say that right? I hope I did.
Yeah.
Bro, like, you look like the before picture, like, of me. Like, you're before COVID. I'm after COVID. I done did put on like 60 pounds. You are all I want to be right now. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. No, this has been great. Thanks to SuitMan Productions for putting this together. Duante has put together a great lineup, and this has just been great. Like Duante did say, I am Mexican and Filipino. And so, well, most people just think I'm either a landscaper or a contractor, perhaps perhaps a nurse or a dealer at a casino. Like those are the only jobs like I qualify for. I don't get it. It's tough out here, you know. Forget about what I look like. I know. I mean, you could tell from that accent clearly that I am from the South West part of Seattle. Actually, yeah, like I'm straight in white center. Actually, is where it is, which is Little Mexico. If you know anything about Seattle, white center, contrary to its name, is not very white nor very center, and it's just filled with Mexicans. Well, at least it was back in my day. But you know, there's a lot of tough parts about looking the way I do, living in Seattle, but there's a lot of good things too. I mean, like when I go to the taco truck, you know, hola, cuatro tacos de carne asada, por favor. Oh yeah, yeah, para llevar, gracias. If they ask me any more questions than that, it's over. It's over. Like they were gonna give me double helpings of carne asada. I know it. They were going to, but it's done. It's bad. It's bad. You know, it's so bad. I gotta tell you, it's so bad. I get stereotyped as Mexican and speaking Spanish so much. When I was in middle school, my reading was so bad that they actually put me in an English as a second language class.
Oh.
Yeah, no joke. Like they were like, clearly you speak Spanish. And I'm like, no, I just can't read well. Yeah. Y'all laugh. I'm grateful. I learned a lot of great things. Like I learned how to talk like this. And I can say a lot of great words, you know, like immigration, you know, impeachment, and like Joe Biden. No, it worked out. It worked out in my favor, is what I'm saying. I mean, ESL was great. I got to hang out with a lot of homies, learn the Vato Cholo way. So I'm grateful for that. You know, screw those teachers who try to mess with me. But you know, another good time to be Mexican is when I'm at the hardware store. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They think I'm like a contractor, or at least I work for a contractor. So they know I'm going to drop a couple grand. Little do they know, I know nothing about building. I'm like the worst Mexican you've ever met. I tell you what, I cannot build to save my life. The worst part is like just getting into the Home Depot, I get like a dozen job offers. Like everybody's like, hey, you want to help me build a retaining wall? $15 an hour. I'm like, that's good money and all, but damn, I'm not the guy. It gets exhausting. I'm telling you. Then they're like, well, you got to know somebody, right? You know somebody who can help me with this drywall or this tile install. And I'm like, that's just insensitive. Like what? You think I just roll around with like a Rolodex of Mexicans in my back pocket? Like I got like a Mexi-Dex or something. Like, yo, I don't need that. Like I got one cousin, his name is Chewy. He can handle anything you got. $50 an hour. He ain't cheap. Oh man, everybody having fun tonight? I'm having a great time. Thanks for coming on tonight. Good. Let's talk about white people because everybody else was. Well, white people love to tell me how much they love my culture. Like white people love to call me Jose. I used to be in the service industry. I would come and do pest control for people. I'd get out of my truck and they'd be like, Joe or Jose? Like, no, it's Joe. It's Joe. It's okay. And then like you get like these suburban moms, y'all know the type, and they just love to tell me, Oh, we love Mexican culture. I celebrate Taco Tuesday every week. I make the best ground beef tacos. Do you like hard shell? We love hard shell. No mames way. Get out of here with that. Hey, yo, Taco Tuesday is great. Like, I'm all for Taco Tuesday, Taco Monday, Taco Wednesday, Taco Thursday. Like, your boy can eat tacos any day of the week. Like, it ain't a problem. But yo, I said I was half Filipino. If you had lumpia, like lumpia, make some noise for some lumpia. Come on now. Yo. Lumpia is on a whole nother level. That's a deep fried taco right there. It's got all the good. And you can dip it in sour cream and guacamole, all that, yo. Like, that's why I look like this right now. Like, that might be my Filipino side, my Mexican side. Like what does Sharita say? Her husband, 5'7" and chunky girl. Like, you hit me spot on. It might be the lumpia. I don't know. I don't know. Your boy's putting on weight. If I put on any more weight, a lot of people start confusing me with Samoan. I get it. I'm a big guy. I'm not Samoan, but I thought I'd like tap into that a little bit, you know, a little Pacific Islander. Maybe I could get away with, like, I might look like The Rock. I mean, I can do this. Like, do y'all smell what The Rock is cooking? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I get into it. I love The Rock. I look nothing like The Rock. I look like if The Rock never tried a day in his life. Man, I look like The Rock. I look less like The Rock and more like the Throw Pillow.
Oh.
I'm just trying to keep it real, y'all. Like, I'm cuddly, but that's about it. No. I am Filipino, half Mexican. I gotta wrap this up. All right, I'm gonna close on this, yo. I gotta talk about my mom because she's great, but I have kids, and when you have kids, like, you don't want to make the same mistakes that your parents made, right? But yo, like, man, I got this 7-year-old kid. He's in jujitsu, and let me tell you, he took off his shirt and was putting on his gi the other day. And he has a 6-pack coming in. I already told y'all, I'm fluffy. I ain't got a 6-pack, never have and never will. So I get nervous, like, I got to check this boy. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to do like mama used to do, right? So I give him this old, mijo, ven aquí. And he just looks at me, he's like, what? Oh yeah, my wife is white, so my son has blonde hair and blue eyes. He speaks no Spanish. So I'm like, son, get your butt over here. He comes running over with his blonde hair flowing. He goes, yeah, Dad. I go, listen, you need to know something. No matter how big you get, no matter how strong you are, I can always kick your ass. Yeah. This kid laughs in my face. He jumps on my back and he put me in a rear naked choke that I had to tap out of, yo. Like, no joke. I was so embarrassed, man. I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, you're never going to believe what Junior did. And she's like, what did you do to my mijo? And I was like, no, listen, he came to me and I did the thing that you used to do. And I said the thing that you used to say. And I tried to put him in check and he checked me. And she goes, I never said that to put you in check. I said that so that you would never forget that you're soft.
Oh.
It's hard out here being soft, y'all. Hey, you've been great. I've been Joke Daddy. Thanks for tuning in. Give it up for SuitMan.
Give it up one more time for Joseph Gomez. I'm mad. I love some lumpia. He got me go over here looking for food and shit. Fuck you, buddy. I'm the fluffy one. I'm the biggest one here. I love it. No, it's funny because we were in high school. You know, I was actually a jock nerd, and a lot of people don't know what that means. Joe will tell you, not only was I the football captain, but I was also a peer mediator. Yeah. So after I bullied you for your lunch money, we had a talk about why you didn't bring me enough. Give it up, give it up, give it up. How y'all doing out here? We're 2/3 of the way through. We got 3 great comedians left. Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise.
Woo! Woo!
Our next comedian, there's so much I could say. We work together a lot in person. We work together a lot online. And honestly, she's crazier than I am because she puts up with my shit and she knows how crazy I am. So, that's her fault, right? She's the one comedian on here other than Sarah that we did not think was mixed. She's definitely what we call past. And when I heard that as a black kid growing up with my black family, they were like, such and such passed. And I was like, so who died? And they were like, no, baby. They passed for white. I was like, I'm not that Southern. Sharita knows what I'm talking about. She's like, I passed for black. I'm Mexican, though. I'm Mexican. I heard you. This next comedian, though, I love her. She runs Living Room Comedy. She's got a ton of shows, Russian Roulette, Living Room Futon Comedy. She does a whole bunch of stuff. I can't think of it all. Jesus Christ. Plus, the drink's kicking in. The vodka's kicking in. Vodka's good. Give it from Seattle. She's white and Mexican. Looks like she's a ginger, though. Give it up for Tara Christian-Weidner.
Thank you so much. Oh, you guys give it up for Duante and everyone else that's done their set so far. Everyone is awesome, and I still don't know what any of us are. Including myself. Like, as you guys can probably guess, I don't hear like, what are you? Very often. Okay. Like at first, second, and third glance, I'm white. Okay. Yeah. But I'm the only one in my family that looks like this. All right. So this is just like false advertising. Duante can back up. He was like checking out a picture of my sister and he's like, who's this fine ass Mexican chick? And I'm like, that's my sister. We had to go like 10 rounds of explaining, like, no, this is my sister. We have the same parents. I just don't tan. But I don't know. I guess it's like winning like the racial profiling lottery or something. Like it got bad though. Like one time my dad, he's mowing our lawn out front. Someone actually stopped and was like, hey, how much to do my yard too? And he's like, I live here. Oh, sorry. We always see the little white girl playing. We assume someone else is her parents. That little white girl was me, just in case you're keeping up. My mom has actually been stopped in the grocery store by people asking if she has tamales outside. This is not a joke. I swear to fucking God, this has happened. And it's not like we even had a blue Chevy Astro van or anything, okay? They were just looking at her and going, pork or chicken, I'll bet you. Nope, jalapeno cheese. And I mean, they were right, okay? But that's just rude, okay? I mean, wait till they come up to you. They will pop out from behind a vehicle and be like, tamales? Every time. Yeah, I miss that lady. Oh God. Ever since I moved away from Southern California, I'm not talking about my mom. I'm talking about the actual tamale lady now. I don't miss my mom. That's the white part of me. So, I will tell you right now, as you can probably guess, you're not going to be getting an accent or any kind of rolled R's out of me. Like, I don't speak it. Okay. I was not taught Spanish ever. I know a few words. It's usually what is on the menu at the taco truck that I'm afraid to go up to because I mean, okay. I go up asking for extra salsa and they're like, honey, no, you can't handle it. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And these tacos, why the hard shell? It's like, come on, man. So, it's reverse racism. It's not really a thing, but I tell you what, man, those taco truck guys, they are ruthless. So anyway, I don't speak Spanish, but I do cook it. So there's that. I gotta say really quick, I do have some beef with the flags that were used for the posters of this show. Like, I don't know if you guys looked, I actually had to Google what one of the flags was. And I'm like, what is this? It's for the EU. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's a blue flag. It's got a circle with yellow stars. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what kind of white is this? The EU. Like, where everyone's skin is translucent and their eyebrow hair is growing clear. I mean, at first I was pissed, but like my lineage, like That's what we call, like, that's what white people call our ancestry. It's lineage. Yeah, my lineage is like Scotch, Irish, Scandinavian, and then the Mexican I never knew about. So, you know, I wanted to have beef, but Duante, you nailed it. Fucking A, man. And like, to be clear, I was told that, you know, okay, I actually fucked that up. Fuck. I wrote this set right before. God damn it, I should have read it. Okay. Scotch, Irish, Scandinavian, and Spanish. Okay, back that train up. Anyway, you'll notice I said Spanish and not Mexican. And that's because I didn't fucking know that I was Mexican until 2010. Okay. You're laughing at that, but you know how fucked up it is to find out that you thought you were an entirely different race for like your whole goddamn life? My grandma, like I grew up surrounded by brown people and never actually knowing that I was Mexican because my grandma was also fair skinned and, you know, she was passing as white or passed as white, as we say. So like she ran with it for decades, so far as to say she was born in Madrid and immigrated shortly after her first birthday. And me being the gullible fuck that I am, believed it. So did everyone else in the goddamn family. All right. So up until 2010, when I got 90 days free on ancestry.com, I go run into the Webernets and I'm just like, okay, let's look up our shit. Oh, so after years of grandma going, I'm not Mexican, I'm Spanish. It's two countries with an ocean in between. Yeah. Grandma was born in San Luis Obispo, California. To two wealthy land-owning Mexicans in the Depression era. Why the fuck you want to hide this shit, lady? Flaunt that money, make it rain. But they came from Sonora, Mexico. And, you know, I guess, you know, I don't know, whatever. I kind of blocked out the last 4 years, but some shit were said about Mexicans and a lot of people believed it. And I don't know, maybe they were saying it back in the 20s. But the point is, I then find out I'm Mexican and a lot of things start making sense, guys. Like, it started coming together. We always had a comal on the stove. Okay, we're getting some laughs here. You guys must have grown up with that too. We kept our pots and pans inside the oven. Yeah, and this poor little Weta got the chancla on the regular. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God, I've got reflexes like a jungle cat because now I'm just like, oh God, my mom used jellies and hirachis. Oh, God damn, a jelly will leave an imprint on your ass that welts for 3 weeks. I'm telling you that right now. Also, didn't know what Weta meant. Thought that was a nickname. Guys, I talk about these things with my therapist on the weekly. So I get the whole like shock factor of when I tell people like, yeah, I'm part Mexican. And they're like, no, no way. And I'm like, yeah, no, totally. But then I go on and I do things, you know, knowing my lineage. And I wear like, you know, comfy cardigans from Old Navy. And I like, you know, dye my hair red because fuck, dude, why not? I'm white enough for it. I look like the descendant of someone off of Irish money. So I mean, I just lean into it. And I also do shit like naming my kid the whitest shit possible. Dylan. And then you spell it all fucked up and do some even more white lady shit. And it's all D-I-L-O-N. And people are like, oh, you poor thing. Blonde hair, blue-eyed little Dylan with his flowy locks. No one's ever going to believe his. I'm not going to say lineage again because I just feel like I'm rubbing it in at this point. His ancestry, you guys, whatever. But yeah, there's also that just white lady shit. But here's how I know I'm mixed. Ready? I've got friends my age announcing their first pregnancy. And I also have friends my age announcing their third grandchild. So that's how we can tell that I'm both white and Mexican. And guys, I am so looking forward to it. 40 is gonna be en fuego. So that is my time. I've been Tara Christian-Weidner. None of those names sound Mexican, but just lean into it with me. Back to Duante.
Give it up for Tara. Give it up for Tara. I was gonna say I was waiting for her to be like her son thinks he's black. He comes home and said, "Who are the best 5 sons ever? Dylon, 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 and Dylon."
Yes.
Such a good
I knew
sketch.
Sahib would get that with the Nori poster. Tara's still lost. She's like, what's he talking about? Who's Dylon? Tara's so white, she likes pumpkin spice latte. Oh, fuck. Horchata. There we go. I was looking for it. It took me a second. I couldn't remember. Yeah, pumpkin spice horchata. I got you. I'm going to save that one. We're going to write that one down. PSH, just for you. Don't worry. Her birthday roast is coming up. I'm getting ammunition, you guys. Fuck that. Y'all don't know. We roasting Tara Christian on March 12th. Everybody, just give you a heads up. We're going to burn her a new one. We're going to set this ginger on fire. Fuck that song. This girl is on fire. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. She got me like a motherfucker anyways. Somebody had the balls to say, I thought your name was Duante, like do on to others as you want them to do on to you. That's fucked up. Y'all can go to hell. Assalamu alaikum. God is good all the time. No.
And all the time, God is good.
Yeah, exactly, right? I look like the pastor who passes around the collection plate at least 3 times a service. Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is. But we've got 2 comics left. Everybody make some noise, get loud. We've got 2 people left. This last guy looks like he's from the Grateful Dead. Looks like they might even be touring behind him right now. You don't know what's going to happen. One of his 7 kids may walk by, or his old lady might walk by and demasculate him. I love how she's always talking. I can tell this guy's Mexican and Irish because he's short and drunk all the time. So it kind of goes hand in hand. No, I'm fucking with you. I love this guy. Did a great show for him out in Bremerton, Washington. Give it up for our next comedian, Billy Campbell. Also, thank you, Anoushka Rava, for coming all the way from Paris, France. She finally had to go to bed. But give it up for Billy Campbell, everybody. Make some noise. Make some noise.
Woo-woo!
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah.
Sorry that I didn't turn my camera off. I'm a little bit of techno illiterate, so I couldn't figure that out. I do have a household tonight. We're getting ready to film our own show. And by the way, since somebody called me out about it 3 different times tonight, that's my shoes.
Yeah.
Those shoes are awesome. My wife got me those. Now my wife is 5'11" and I'm 5'5". And when she got me, I looked at them and I was like, I really dig the heels, baby. But did you get those because you're afraid of walking around with me in public and having everybody see me be shorter than you? And she said, no, I got you the heels because I'm tired of getting stuff off the top of the refrigerator for you. We just recently decided we've been celebrating our anniversary of our first date. So we just celebrated the 4th anniversary of our first date, which is pretty cool. She's a very classy lady. She didn't kiss me until our 2nd date, which made the sex on the first date really awkward. Like Duante said, I am half Irish and half Mexican. So that means half my family is full of criminals and degenerates, and then the other half of my family is Mexican. My wife gets upset because I try to celebrate both sides of the holidays. So Cinco de Mayo and St. Patty's Day. She says, you can't possibly get drunk on both. I said, you don't possibly know what Mexican and Irish people are like. They're literally the same exact kind of person, except for one gets a sunburn, the other one doesn't. When the pandemic first happened, I had to start finding things to do. And the pandemic came down, the shutdown first happened on St. Patty's Day. So my wife, she comes upstairs and I'm drinking and she goes, are you drinking? I said, well, yeah, you're not? It's St. Patty's Day and the world just shut down. She goes, honey, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I said, honey, it's St. Patty's Day. Our first date was pretty awesome. I wasn't so used to dating. So my kids made it a lot more awkward than it should have been. They all showed up at the house and they were trying to get me ready and everything. My oldest son says, look, Dad, it's been a couple of years since you've been on a date and I'm 18. I've learned some stuff about women. Let me give you some advice. I said, son, you're 18 and 2 years ago, I couldn't trust you around dish liquid. My daughter was like, dude, you say enough awkward stuff. So how about you just go ahead and keep your mouth shut and hope for a second date? I was like, well, I'll go with that one. And it definitely played off. I actually met my wife in the most romantic way too.
Stand
We met
still. We get motion sickness, buddy. Stand
Oh.
still.
Yeah, here, my bad. Put you back on the stick.
We can tell you got the shakes too, motherfucker. Goddamn. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, there's my wine too, by the way. But anyway, so we ended up meeting in the whole classic romantic way. We started talking on Tinder. And at first, I didn't know anything about internet dating, but I'd made a joke on stage one night about internet dating. My buddy had said, dude, you don't date and you've never been internet dating. You can't make jokes about things you don't know anything about. And I was like, fair enough. Give me some websites. Tell me about some internet dating. He said, okay, well, there's plenty of fish. There's match.com, if you're looking for something for real. But stay away from Tinder because it's nothing but a bunch of slutty people looking around for a one-night stand. So I downloaded Tinder. And we got to talking, and honestly, I've been warned about bot chicks. And so when I first started talking to my wife, she had all these old modeling pictures up, and I assumed that she was a bot, because that was everything everybody warned me about was right there on her page. And so when she asked me, give me 3 reasons to date you, I said, well, I have my own comic book collection. I don't eat cardboard, and I'm 80% sure most of my hats aren't on it. And she goes, well, you know what? You used all proper punctuation, so you're already a step ahead of everybody else I've talked to on here. Oh, man, we've actually been married for going on our 2nd year. So I'm pretty sure that it's serious. The thing about my wife is like I said, she's, much, much taller than I am. So we have a certain dynamic, I sweep the floors, she changes the light bulbs. And when it comes down to like things around the house, we live out in the woods. Don't know if you noticed, not quite the woodsman. So I'm afraid of absolutely everything around our house. And I've been getting away with little things by making it seem romantic. Like she thinks that I remember our first anniversary of our date because I'm being romantic. No, not really. It's because Facebook keeps reminding me. Anytime she goes out to smoke, I come out there with her. And she thinks it's because it's a cute couples thing. Really, it's because there's a family of raccoons living in the backyard and I need her for protection. Oh, man. When we first started off the pandemic, I had to find new hobbies and stuff, things to keep me occupied because I'm used to, if you can't tell by watching me, constantly moving. So sitting still was driving me crazy. The first thing I started doing was giving Yelp reviews about people's OnlyFans accounts.
That's
It's kind of boring. Every time I complain about ashy elbows and not being brought water in the same sentence. Oh man! Then I moved on to other things around the house. Like I went home with my daughters. I have 3 teenage daughters. So being dad, of course, my favorite thing in the world to do is annoy the hell out of them with dad jokes. It's like one thing I get to do. Last week, this is how far I take it. Last week, I spent all week putting empty cans of Monster underneath my daughter's bed. When she said, why would you do that? I said, well, because every kid needs to know what it's like to have monsters under their bed.
Oh my God.
I not find it very funny. A week later, I'm still laughing my ass off about it. And anymore, I can't just get them, I can't just do a regular dad joke because instantly they sigh and run away. They don't even put up with it anymore. So I got to get them to walk into it. I came home from work one day and my daughter asked me, how was your day at work? I said, well, I was pretty busy all day. I, ended up running around so much, I wore a hole in each one of my socks. She goes, wow, that was pretty busy. I said, well, to be fair, I knew that they only had 2 feet in them to begin with when I put them on this morning. My daughter said, man, I really want to be upset about that, but wow, you set that up good. My favorite time was when we were sitting there one morning and I was watching a documentary on Lorena Bobbitt. Now, some of y'all are younger than the rest of us, so in case you don't remember, Lorena Bobbitt was getting raped and beat in the 90s, and she waited till her husband fell asleep. She cut off his wiener, threw it out the window of her car on her way down the freeway.
Sahib didn't know that.
You would be surprised. Like I've had to explain things that I thought were normal knowledge that kids now are like, tell me about 9/11, ancient one.
Great day.
So, I'm watching this documentary. My daughter walks out. She asks me what I'm watching. And I tell her. She goes, oh my God. Did they ever find his wiener? Now, this is the perfect setup moment for dad. So I had to pray to the dad god. I said, dear Mufasa, thank you for this moment I'm about to have. And then I looked at her. I said, oh, yeah, they used a special kind of dog. She goes, well, what kind of dog did they use? And once again, prayed to the dad gods. Dear Darth Vader, thank you again for this moment. And I looked at her and I said, a wiener dog. She looked at me and she goes, I feel like you took way too long to get somebody with this. I said, I've watched this documentary 3 times this morning, waiting for one of you guys to fucking walk out here. Oh, man. So, been fun being married. And like I said, I have 3 teenage daughters. Dealing with them is a constant barrage of messiness, So, they get me with questions and everything. And I get scared of the questions. One day my daughter comes out, she asks me, Billy, what do you think is easier to shave? Testicles or a vagina? I said, I think I will go to the store right now and buy you anything you want in the world to get out of this conversation. Then I went and told Mom. Mom says, well, why do you get so upset, so awkward when they ask you questions about their personal business? She said, the oldest boy asked me the other day, and he's 20, how does a woman compete with a tampon in? I said, oh, you're right. At 20 years old, that boy should definitely know how it is a woman does that. But out of curiosity, what'd you tell him? Worst part is I did that joke in front of a bunch of dudes. It was a whole crowd of guys, and the whole crowd went silent. And I had to laugh. I was like, dude, they don't know either. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. That's my time.
Give it up for the Leprechaun. He didn't tell this Leprechaun joke. Usually he does. God damn it. That's funny. I love Billy. He's almost as best dressed as me, except for he does that crazy white shit every once in a while. He's got to throw on jeans or a pink bracelet with no other pink on, but I still love him. That's just the effects of acid, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
I brought that one back. There was a punchline at the end. Have you guys had some fun? Make some fucking noise. I can't hear Sarah. I can't hear Billy and his 3 friends. I need to hear everybody make some fucking noise. By the way, Billy, your daughter, your wife, and your oldest daughter look so impressed by their dad right now. I just want to let you know. You will not be invited to show and tell day, it looks like. They're like, no, we're taking Mom.
No, that's not my family back there. That's just the production crew for the show that I'm setting up for this evening.
He's got a 3-year-old there. There's child labor laws. There's child labor laws on that. I'm muting him on that point. I ain't gonna fight him. But our next comedian, I've been giving her a hard time for the last 3 weeks. Been talking shit back and forth. I love her. I already know I love her. She seems like my little spirit animal. She's spunky. She's got attitude. I said, can I put you on the Black comedy show? It seems like you got some soul. She said, my last name means in the ghetto. I said, oh, you got a point. That's the translation. Give it up for our next comedian. She probably makes lumpia and tacos like a motherfucker and eats them just as fast. I'm pretty sure. Give it up for my friend. Fuck with her. She's going to burn me. I already know. Maria DeLaGhetto out of Los Angeles, California.
Thank you. Thank you. And you are absolutely right. I make them as fast as I eat them. My shit is bomb. Boy, also, can you not say that 60% white got you fucked up talking about DeLaGhetto? It's ghetto, my guy. What are you doing?
I was doing it on purpose.
Damn. I kid you not. White people be scared to say my name at comedy shows. They're like, am I allowed to say that? I'm like, you can't look, man, it's a Yiddish word. Do you not know? Like it's originally from white people, okay? Granted, they're ethnic white people, but we're not gonna get into that right now. So real quick, just so everybody knows the explanation of my name. I am from the ghetto. Okay. I grew up in the 80s and 90s in peak Cholo era in Los Angeles, in the good old hood of Highland Park, which is no longer hood because white people said, ooh, this is cheap and dirty. Let's put mayonnaise on it and live here. So there's that. And you know, really, Maria DeLaGhetto is much shorter than my government name, okay? Because I'm Mexican. Let's not forget. Maria Conchito Alonso Paquita Chile Arellano Gonzalez. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just stick to Maria DeLaGhetto, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, there's some things I want to cover. There's a lot. There's so much to unpack. Oh my gosh. First of all, I went to Seattle, okay? I've been to Seattle numerous times over the last few years because I have two sisters who live out there. And I don't know what is with y'all. There's a place called Taco Time.
That is the shit. Don't
fire,
you go there.
Fire, bro. Yes. I'm not talking smack about
Okay, I was gonna say we could end this set right here. Hold on.
I mean, I'll still keep talking. I'll get out.
Fancy fries.
Try me. The tots are exquisite.
No joke.
The crisp burrito? Shit.
Okay, but here's the thing. I ordered a taco.
Oh,
Bro, I got a burrito.
yeah.
Say that.
Well, okay, so you can't say that it's, you know, I could talk smack if y'all don't know the difference between a taco and a burrito. It's essentially the same thing. Yes. Okay.
Tortilla, meat, cheese.
That is
Tortilla,
different
meat,
from a taco y
cheese.
burrito, okay? Okay.
Lumpia, egg roll, same thing. Sorry.
Actually, if you want me
No.
to break it down for
Oh.
you, sir, he really looky here, Seth Rogen. Okay.
No.
First of all,
Oh,
you can't even make up your mind what you is. You be like, I'm black, I'm mixed. You are Seth Rogen. You even laugh like him, bro. The fuck? This whole time I closed my eyes, I was like, that's Seth Rogen. And then I opened my eyes, I'm like, damn it, it's not. 'Cause I love Seth Rogen. He could get it. He could get it. He
I heard
really
what you
could.
said.
Anyway, that's not what, because also like Jewish guys have a thing for Asians. I'm not even like, well, I moved to LA. This ain't even part of the set. This is a real story. I moved to LA. I never even met a real Jew. And all of a sudden I had like two Jewish boys for booty calls and they were both in the entertainment industry. I was like, if this isn't some stereotypical ass shit right now. Anyway, that's not relevant to this story, to this whole set. But I don't know what it is with Jews and Asians. I'm like, they go together like, fuck, I don't know. They go together like choroset and matzah. You know what I'm saying? I really know a lot about Jewish culture. Don't just anyway.
bagel and cream cheese.
Cream cheese, bagel and cream cheese and lox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm love me a good bagel and schmear with some isda or fish. That shit's fire, bro. I'm a foodie fatty all around. Like I will, except when it comes to Asian and Latin fusion. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing appealing about a bulgogi taco that does not.
Oh yeah.
Like I am the embodiment, the personification of Latin, like Mexican-Filipino fusion. But have you ever been to a Mexican-Filipino restaurant? They have them out here in San Diego, and I'm like, oh.
No.
No, sir, I don't want sisig fries. That's disgusting. The hell are you smoking? It's like as if fucking Joke Daddy over here got really stoned and had leftovers from the fiesta from last night. And he's like, "Hoy, we have the carne asada, and then we have the lumpia." And he put in the burrito and wrap it up. That's disgusting. Get out of here. Anyway, what's funny, Tara?
Yep.
Because I'm like, well, she's Mexican. Is un Tara? Is Tara?
Tara.
You said, I don't even know how to say the way you said it. You were like, Hirachi? I don't even know how it's huarache. And it's funny because that's actually a food out here.
Huaraches.
Hirachis. I'm going to be like, hey, have you ever had a hirachi? They're delicious. All the Mexicans are going to be like, in my face. I've only had a hirachi in my face. Anyway, mom's Filipino and she crazy. We're going to get into that. Man, I haven't even touched on my set yet, y'all. Like, I actually wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to apologize though, because I left like 17 times. And it's because I had to force myself to drink water because as thirsty of a hoe as I am, I actually am never physically thirsty. It's really hard for me to remember to drink water. So I'll be setting alarms and shit. Y'all super Asian about it and shit, like all organized. I had to leave like 7 times. So I apologize if y'all think I was dipping out on your set. I wasn't. Y'all are very funny. I just want to say thank you. I feel I feel the mixed baby love here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all my people. Y'all are my people. So I just want a round of applause for y'all. I love you. Even the white girls. I was like, Sarah, she's the white girl that I am like, she's like, look, I'm white, you know, and that's just that. But she really isn't because European white, you know, because over here in America, they're like, only a Karen is like, well, I'm German, Irish, and Greek. Bitch, that's white, white, and white. Okay. Sarah was like, Sarah's actually ethnic. She that ethnic white, that passing white. That she's like, I'm from, she said Maltese and Sicilian. I'm like, that's not white. Because first of all, white people don't even know what the hell Maltese is unless it's a dog. So you absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with you, Sarah. You cool. And Tara's the same thing. She admits, she's like, nah, you the sibling, you the alibi of the family. That's what you are. Mm-hmm. And we here for it. You know what I'm saying? We're still in fucking quarantine, y'all. I just want to, it's hard in these streets, man, because I'm not out there. You know, I'm in my home. I'm not in these streets. Corona, or as I like to call her, Rona, she a petty bitch, is all I'm saying. And this is why. And I'm here for it because I'm a fat Mexican. Of course, I'm a petty bitch. You know what I'm saying? She made all the skinny girls fat and all the fat girls thick with 2 C's. You know what I'm saying? And I got to tell you, my OnlyFans is blowing up. Okay? Blowing up. I am your fat girl fantasy fetish. And let me tell you, I am genuinely surprised at how many people will pay $12.99 a month to watch me eat cake.
Oh, shit. Real.
So, yeah. And I got to say, I do miss being outside, right? You know, I miss being out in public. I miss the farmers markets because, you know, I'm from LA. And one thing that white people got right is them farmer markets because I love me some kettle corn. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss the stairs. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss when I'm walking around trying to get my organic vegetables and shit, you know? And I'm like walking out and then out comes, you know, Whitney or whoever the fuck, Melanie, Karen, Tiffany, Brittany, Jamie, I don't know. Anyway, this bitch walking out from Melanie Moon Vibes Magic, the tent, right? Where she just bought her organic sage and crystals. You know what I'm saying? And she's, you know what I'm talking about.
A little.
She sees me and it's always that bitch that hits me with that. Oh my God. What are you? Hungry, Whitney. The fuck? You see me walking around with my 12-pound kettle corn bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else am I gonna be? You got some snacks in that big old Birkin bag of yours? No, but I have this gluten-free vegan keto bar. It's blueberry flavored. Bitch, I gotta say, blueberry cardboard don't taste that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I just want to like talk about my hairstyle a little bit. This is one of 3 hairstyles because in the quarantine, I pretty much don't shower unless there is a show. So thankfully I have shows coming on. You know what I'm saying? That Tiger Dat, as I like to call him, if it wasn't for his shows, just 7-week ripe Maria would just be, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this is my anime space buns, right? And I mix it up because I got my, you know, big hoop energy. And I'll end with this. I have this, right? And then like, you know, I'm like, get that, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to mix it up, let everybody be like wondering what I am. And then I have my like my Si Se Puede, you know, with the bandana and the like, you know, whatever, like, oh my God, Latina with my hoops or whatever, you know, whoop-de-woo. And then when I have my hair down, I have long curly hair, right? So I want to say that I'm serving you like Islander Moana vibes. Oh my God, yes. But like, let's be honest, when my hair is down and it's like whatever, I look like I'm about to start singing. What can I say except you're welcome? Like, I'm just keeping it real. All right, guys, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. That's my time. I love y'all. Let's do this again.
Woo! Give it up one more time for Maria DeLaGhetto, the little Mexican
Shut up,
Thai
Seth.
girl. No, I'm just fucking with you. Give it up one more time for Maria DeLaGhetto, you guys.
Woo!
Oh
I'm
my God, she
I'm gonna
made
cut
me like...
Duante for you.
He's in Vancouver. They don't let terrorists in with knives. He's okay. I ain't gotta worry about him. He can't get past security. Give it up for everybody on the show. Give it up. Even for the 2 white girls that don't get asked what they are. Even give it up for them. I'm glad we called it out. No,
Maybe we're jealous that we don't get asked.
I'll still invite you to the barbecue. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Because I'm not jealous. Because I know how this works. When Tara gets around all the cholos, they just call her Pinche Weta. And like she was like, that's my favorite nickname.
Okay, Weta is a nickname though. It is a legit nickname. You know, we got Weta, Negro, Gorda, and Flaca. Those are legit nicknames.
Chicanos love to dye their hair red too. So clearly you are.
Yeah,
Chicana.
see, I was Prima and I was Weta. That's what they called me.
All right, Sarah, tú eres mi prima también, okay?
Let's wrap it up
Hey,
for
Maria,
everybody.
we're going to get you on that podcast.
Yo,
let's wrap this
hit
up
me
real
up.
quick, though. For everybody out there, thank you for showing up. This is a SuitMan production, Mixed and Misidentified. We'll be doing this again July 18th, same time, same channel. In 2 weeks, though, we're kicking off a new show called Soul Sister Sundays. Woo! Wait! Every time I say that, I think of Harlem Nights when he was I got a prostitute named Sunshine. Pussy so good, you let it up and it float. And Red Fox like, that pussy don't sound good to me. That pussy sound dangerous. Fuck that shit.
You shot my pinky toe.
Hey, hello. But Soul Sister Sundays, we got 6 amazing Black women. The week after that, we have our podcast, Autastic Artists. We spotlight autistic and fantastic artists. The idea of autastic, that's where it comes from, on the spectrum, so we can kind of support the community and give everybody some inspiration. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Catch us in 2 weeks for Soul Sister Sundays and 3 weeks from then for Autistic Artists. If you missed part of the show and you wanted to see more of it, don't worry. In about 45 minutes, it'll be on YouTube on SuitMan Productions. So look up Mixed and Misidentified, Google it, YouTube it, and honestly, I even put these on a podcast, so you can listen to them on Apple Tunes, Google Radio, or Spotify at your convenience. SuitMan Productions everywhere. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night.
Woo!